I am doing some big work in the kitchen today, and I thought I need to get my camera out and show you everything that's been going on. So next weekend we are going to the Ozarks for the Ozark Homesteading Expo, and we look forward to this every year. We love it so much. The expo is great, but honestly our favorite part is seeing the friends that we keep meeting, more friends every year that we go. We're going to be staying with our friends, the Metkas. I don't know if you know Katie Metka from Instagram. She shares their life there. And I guess this is probably the third year that we've stayed with them whenever we go, which is just, you know, fun in itself. Just that would make it worth it. But then we get to see many of you at the expo over Friday and Saturday. And this year we're actually going down a day early because we want to visit the Baker Creek farm where we order our seeds from for planting in the garden. I've never been there before, and I'm really excited about it. So this week, in preparation for leaving in that trip, I'm starting to work on a lot of food prep and just basic kitchen restocking as well. So let me show you what I have done so far. I just came in, from harvesting a bunch of thyme from our garden. This is one of the things that I've been putting in our tea. I'm really targeting herbs that are good for respiratory, coughing, and sore throats as well, because that's where the virus hit us. So fresh thyme, white pine needles. We have a pine tree in our on our property here, and so I've been harvesting white pine needles that I'm putting in there. Also slippery elm bark, marshmallow root, lemon balm, and then I'm putting in honey, raw honey, and some lemon juice, and it's been great. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, plantain. I whatever I have on hand that was good for coughing, I was throwing in this tea, and I'm making it like 4 times a day. Also been giving a lot of garlic honey, which you can see I'm almost out, and I didn't plan ahead to make more, so that's a priority for me today, is get more garlic honey going, because it actually has to ferment for a while to be the most potent. You just literally put garlic in honey and let it sit. So I need to get another batch of that going. This is something I got done this morning. These nuts are being soaked in salt water, and after they've soaked, probably tomorrow, I'll just let them sit till tomorrow. Then I'll drain that water off and dehydrate them. Somebody wants to be heard. Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis, can you say hi? I made some homemade pasta. That's what I'm dumping out here. Because I just cooked it. Jason and the kids went to pick up an RV. Thank you. Our friends are letting us use their RV, and so they went to get that, and they're going to be back and hungry. So I made some pasta. Okay. So in the empty pot that was still hot for my noodles, I just put in some butter, and I'm going to add some of this. It's dried. Oh boy, you're going to have to forgive my brain. It is frozen basil, sort of like a pesto. This is how we preserve it from the garden. And this is a fast way to make kind of like a pesto flavored butter sauce for these noodles. I'm just going to let those melt together. Uh-oh. Can you hear that, guys? What do you hear? Do you hear that? Papa's home with the RV. Papa home. Go see. Yeah.
Mom, where are they?
What do you see?
What are they?
Papa's home with the RV.
Where?
Let's go see. Let's go see.
Daddy's coming up. There's a cow.
Mom, try it in the rocking chair.
There's a bed.
So fun.
Woo!
This is big.
I'm a little get out of the rocking
Wow.
chair. Let me feel it. Wait, back up.
Where?
It's so nice of them to let us use this. Wow.
This is where we're gonna sleep.
Mom? I claimed this
Where?
Okay.
Ooh. Ooh. Cool. It's big.
or this one.
Mom, look, it even has a light.
Hey, Mom.
Wow. Okay, I got interrupted with that, and it's been a few hours, and I do not even remember what I was talking to you guys about. But let me just show you a few of the things that we have gotten done recently even though we have been battling this respiratory virus that we're finally getting past. Just today I soaked nuts. These are walnuts, pecans, and almonds, and when you soak them in salt water, and then tomorrow I'll drain the water off and put them in the dehydrator, it makes them digestible. Okay, interrupted by a fussy baby, but I'm back. This is I'm telling you, trying to film for YouTube lately, well, clearly you just haven't seen many videos from me because it just has been one thing after another. Anyway, so nuts, of course, I've talked about this before. They have phytates in them. Things like oats and grains and nuts are high in phytates, and long ago our ancestors used to properly soak these things to prepare them so that it wasn't, so that the phytates were, you know, being absorbed and released so they didn't hurt our body. And it's just something that as a culture we stopped doing and don't even really know about. So when you're eating your bowl of oatmeal, you're getting a whole bowl of phytates. Well, we had some kids that had to go into the dentist and get some cavities filled, and so I was doing some reading about cavities, and I found a connection, this study that they did on connecting phytates to cavities, and I was totally blown away because I had not read about this before. But they had they did 3 groups of kids for this long study and found that kids who had a diet high in phytates had dramatically more cavities than kids that didn't. So that was mind-blowing to me. And we had fallen back into the habit of eating oats that weren't properly soaked. It's just such an easy food to fill kids. And so we were doing that again, and I'm like, okay, I have to get resolved to soak again. Now, soaking nuts I have been more faithful with. The dehydrator that we have makes it really easy, and I actually like the taste of them better. So I don't really like snacking on nuts, but nuts that have been soaked and dehydrated, I think they taste so much better. So anyway, soaking 3 half-gallon jars of those, and then I'm going to be using some of those mixed with dates to make my own Lara bar type bars to bring along for the trip. Yeah, you like that idea? What else are we doing? Samuel is patting up some burgers for dinner tonight. Silas has been helping me by peeling these big zucchinis, and we're going to grate those and get them in the freezer. A few other things I've been doing this week is putting my tomatoes in the freezer. We have lots of tomatoes ripe, and I knew I would not be able to get to them before we left, and so I cored them and froze them. Bella did a bunch. We have a whole freezer full out there. The other thing we've been working on is in here in our, it's already in our food storage room, so I walked out real quickly to show you, but we've done a lot of canning. So we have pears. These are just canned in like a water liquid.
Mom, there's a spider in there.
Started on green beans.
Mom,
This is all peach jam.
That spider was
Did you find a spider? Yeah.
in there.
Peach jam. We had gotten a bunch of peaches. Apples. My father-in-law found me a great deal on apples, red and yellow. So we made 2 different kinds of applesauce. And then down here, this is all pie filling, apple, peach, and plum for things like plum tarts. We have more applesauce, but that's kind of the bulk of what we've done while we were away from YouTube. I started also, on this side you can see we've started canning spaghetti sauce. That's still left from last year. But, you know, lots more to come because all of those tomatoes are still in the freezer. Okay, I'm having Samuel. He's listening to Adventures in Odyssey, so I'm taking advantage of that. I have this big block of raw cheddar cheese, and I'm having him slice it for burgers tonight, but also, we may need to do it a little thicker, Samuel.
Thicker?
Just a little bit. I also want slices to bring along on our trip because that will make some easy sandwiches. So I'm planning to do a lot of sandwiches, just got some deli meat to bring along. Yeah, Friday night we're having dinner at the Metcas I don't know what that is. I haven't talked to Katie yet. Last year they did pizza for us with their big pizza oven, which was fantastic, but I need to talk to her. And then I found that during the days of the expo, everybody just kind of snacks. We will have a lunch. I'll bring, you know, the deli meat and the sandwiches along for lunch. I still need a baked bread. But then it just is like snacky food is best because you're sitting in talks or kind of wandering around, and the little ones are more content if you just have little snacks for them to munch on. So I'm going to make those Lara bars. And I don't know if maybe I'll bake some muffin kind of things. I bought apples to take. I still need to sit down and think about it, and it's only 4 days away. So started making lists. I'm actually trying to systemize more areas of my life so that I have to work less. So you guys know I love this Canva website where it's free. You can make forms and everything. I made all of our chore charts and, you know, school checklists and things like that. So the latest one that I made yesterday was a packing list. I have a section for each child, and then I just listed out, you know, clothes and shoes and whatever with little check boxes next to it, so that anytime we leave, whether it's for one overnight or several days, vacation, whatever, I can just print one of those out and hang it up, and they can check it off instead of me having to tell them every time. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Ta-da-da! Yeah, nice. You can do the whole block, actually, Samuel, and we'll just package it up in portions. You can do the whole block.
Okay.
And we'll wrap it up in portions like that. So I made a checklist for that. I still need to make the kind of like generic household stuff checklist, you know, things that we'll need. But it's just a lot of brain work. We're going to be going to Branson a month from now, and then I'll have to do this brain work all over again. So I thought I'll just make these checklists that I can print out and just do it once for, you know, however often we need it. And then I left, you know, I didn't put a number on. I didn't say like 4 pairs of pants or whatever. I'll just handwrite that on according to the trip that we're taking. Another thing that I have been doing on Canva is making another meal checklist, a meal chart. I personally am really a fly by the seat of my pants person whenever it comes to meal planning. But right now in this season, I've got a lot going on, a lot of little ones, and I need a little more guidance. So I made a meal plan for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and also added in notes of what items I need to prepare for the next day, because I just need some brain help, you know. So this is where we're at right now with weekend prep. I'm trying to take advantage of the extra time I have on the weekend when we're not homeschooling to make things like mayonnaise or salad dressings, that kind of thing, just generally looking at if there's anything specific that would help me for the week ahead. But I had done this first, and then just today is when I added in this prep for tomorrow, which is more specific than that weekend prep thing. So this literally says, you know, like I know that tomorrow I'm going to be doing a bean dip. So if I don't already have beans that I've processed on the shelf, because I find it's easy to pressure can beans as a way of cooking them, and they're just ready to go. But if I don't have any, I made a note to soak and then cook those, so just to help myself out. I also found this when I was at the thrift store. I don't know where this is from, and I think it is so cool. It's just a basically spiral book of these planning pages, and it has a plastic cover on the front so that you can keep it out without worrying about it getting spilled on, and you can see through it. So I started writing out a plan for this coming week. It has notes, areas for notes, and your weekly calendar. So this is my plan so far. I'm still adding to it. Like I said, I'm just writing this out. You know, I have to say I miss you guys. I miss you guys. I just have been, I haven't had the brain space to pick up the camera and record. I've just been doing the next thing. A lot of preserving, homeschooling, taking care of sick people. And I was talking with a friend today, just telling her how I'm hardly recording any videos, but I miss you guys. So I need to figure out how to make this happen more often, I think, because the interaction that we have in the comments is just really enjoyable to me. You are a great community. Some of you have been with us for, I don't know, 8 years maybe. How long have I been doing this? It's incredible. And I think going and seeing many of you again this next weekend is going to remind me, why am I doing this? Because I care about you guys. I care about this community. That's the reason why this is worth it. Editing videos, the time that it takes, that's why it's worth it. Jason just took this crew
Mom, can I
to the store because he's awesome like that.
Can I please go in there?
Never go to the store alone when you have 11 kids. Right?
Not if you love your wife.
Mom, can you go in there? I love you too much. I leave you up here. I don't.
You went to the store too, Everett. Everybody wants to try to pick up that jack.
Me, I
Yep,
bet
it's the beloved.
I bet it won't when I get to camera.
You are strong. Oh, wow, wow. And you set it down so gently this time.
I started it while and up and out.
Yep.
And I got to.
Nice job.
Danny and Everett.
Hey, dinner's ready. Burgers.
I know, they want to see fun.
The bus or RV, what's this thing called?
Everett,
RV.
come
It's so exciting. Everett, did you have fun at the store?
on.
Yeah? Was it so fun? You want to be strong too?
Ooh.
Oh, you just sit on it. That's nice. Dinner's over, but Bella surprised me and went out to the garden and picked a bunch of lima beans. Yep. So now we're shucking. And Silas, I didn't ask him to do this, but he can't resist the crunchiness. And yes, he's still listening to Adventures in Odyssey. Okay, so on our vine, because we don't harvest very often, we always have fresh beans, which look like this, and the dried beans.
These are going dry. They're starting
Yeah,
to
they're
turn.
starting to dry. They change that color. They're dried.
These should go in there.
Yeah. It's been very quiet in the house, so I'm going to see why. Actually, I have kids crawling all over me at this point because they're tired and need to go to bed. What's going on out here?
I just finished squeezing baby bear up.
Nice.
Locked down in the rock garden to sing baby bear a song.
This is
I'm your
cozy.
granny, I know best. Time for little bears to
Oh
rest.
boy.
Day is over, evening.
Hi, Mom.
Well,
I'm going
hi.
to sleep, my dumpling dear.
No wonder
Granny
you
Bear
weren't in the
sighed-
house. This
sighed
is so
a sleepy
cozy.
sigh. But baby bear doesn't. Typical grandma. Typical baby. And then all of them, except for Papa, don't fall asleep. Because Papa Bear isn't dealing with baby bear all day long. Along comes Grandpa Bear.
Oh, sleep, baby bear.
Cozy in here.
Grandpa Bear. Can you point to baby bear?
Oh,
He takes baby bear from Granny Bear and walks to the window and sings baby bear a song.
This is pretty fun, isn't it?
I thought about leaving the bird in there for now.
Yeah, but who's going to sweep my house down?
say something.
Yeah, vacuum in here.
I know,
Making that-
you know,
making our
dads
own
are
thing.
enjoying cleaning this and so much that you can come in and clean in the house next.
Leo, this
Sure, if they wanna.
sweet with a bird.
Mom, wait, look.
Actually, we do need to do evening jobs.
One more
It's
thing.
that time.
Yep.
What is it, James?
You think of problems.
Oh, shell.
Wait. Can I have my backpack?
You already have your backpack? Oh my, you are so ready.
I
What are you
still
gonna do for
need
the
to
next
get my
4 days?
clothes.
A pair of otter
That one's one shot.
can slide into the
Shut the lights go out.
So fun.
Now let's sing.
Good morning. It is a new day and the morning is starting off with a bang. Let me show you. We had a surprise this morning. Look at this. April had her baby. I had to run an errand this morning, and on my way home, a baby deer that looked just like this sweet boy ran in front of my car. I had to slam on the brakes, and I got home to discover this. And the faces look just the same. Oh, there he goes.
He wobbles over.
So the kids said, let's call him Deer. Yes, you're good, Mama. She's drinking warm molasses water right now. She's on her second bucket full.
How can I have
almost finished
special?
You want to pet him? It's a little baby boy.
Trying to get his legs underneath him.
Okay.
He's like,
Licked
what are
him
these
all
legs? They're
over.
so long.
Yeah, didn't she? Your mama licked you all over.
He'll just crawl in.
It's okay.
Oh, it's okay.
I mean, it's a lot of work. Think of a baby trying to stand on the first day.
We turned off the hot wire for now, just since he doesn't know to stay away from it. Good thing, because he's walking right into it. You're doing a good job. Oh, there you go.
Mom, look at Benny.
Aww.
Benny, back up.
Benny, back up.
Come on, back up. Back up. The cow's trying to get the baby.
Well, she was, see the low Amelia here? Mm-hmm. She did that once yesterday, and I was like, that's funny. They only do that when they're about to have a baby.
Wow. Oh, there he goes. Oh, good.
And,
Good job, buddy.
so, yeah. See? Everett. Everett.
So we came out in the garden to get a tree. We're giving April some of these old charred leaves that have been growing, and I just discovered I haven't been paying attention to the garden. But our fall green bean plants have started producing. So we need to do some picking. We might have to do a bunch of green bean canning
Bending.
before we leave.
It won't bend.
It's bending, yeah.
Look, you see that? That almost
Check out the size of our okra. So we planted red okra. My friend Abby gave us some of her red okra seeds this year.
Mom.
Thank you.
So good.
We need to get a basket for all these green beans.
Can we have okra tonight?
Yes, we need to pick okra, beans.
Can Daisy have some?
Ooh, I don't know about cows with okra.
I meant some chard.
Oh, some chard? Yeah, that's fine. Look at all these beans down here. I don't know what it is about fall green beans, but I think the flavor is so much better. They're just, they're my
Maybe
favorite.
it's the type. Got bush beans.
What a morning.
I
We
bet-
haven't even officially had breakfast yet, and it's been this exciting.
Mom,
Tomato plants are just about done.
and those. I don't think.
Bush beans are easier to pick, that's for sure. Still have some butternut squash here, finishing up. There are some peppers left.
Mom, look.
Yeah, that's perfect. I've just set it in a pile. This is the pole beans that we grew over the summer, and they are still producing. So, just all in all, we've got a lot of picking to do. It's gonna have to be on the list today. The list. It's growing. How's your garden doing, Benjamin? Good. These are the kids' gardens over here. Wow. We are back in the house, and we are working on green beans. So we have all of these green beans to preserve. Silas is starting to cut those. Elsie is reading to me from our new book that just arrived in the mail, Lantern Lane. This is a book from The Good and the Beautiful, and she read book 1 out loud to me, and we loved it. And now we just got book 2, and she was so pumped she started reading it immediately. So she's reading this out loud to me. It's such a wholesome and exciting series for kids. So far, this is it. There's just 2 books out. I don't know. Will they do a third, or is it just a 2-book series? Oh. Lemon juice, prepared mustard, like a yellow mustard, salt, and the key is using a hand blender. You hold it down at the bottom of the jar. So put the ingredients in this order. Now we're making a double batch. Hold it down at the bottom of the jar for about a minute. You're going to see it start to form mayonnaise. And then you just gently move the blender up and down until it's all incorporated, and boom, you're done. 2 eggs. I'm going to show you this recipe in case you want to screenshot it, because that's it. So easy. Egg, avocado oil, or whatever kind of oil you use. I am mixing up some tuna cakes. And little kids went outside for a minute, thankfully. So we were sick last week. And we still have, like, the last kids who got sick are still getting over it. But the biggest challenge is that after coughing that kept little kids up at night, everybody's just generally overtired. And so, you know, overtired kids are crabby. And so it's just been a little bit of a rough couple of days now that people are starting to sleep again at night. But still, it's just taking time. I feel like they're jet lagged almost. Everett just fell asleep sitting in his high chair. It wasn't even quite his normal nap time, and we look over and he's sleeping. So what a morning. Wow. We ended up having to move April and the calf to a different pasture because she was in with the male sheep, and they started just really kind of knocking the baby down. So not safe place for him. I don't know. I guess, you know, just the male animals can be more aggressive. And so we quickly, Bella carried baby Deer. And did I tell you we named him Deer? So Bella carried the baby, and we led April on a halter and got her set up in our other pasture where the female sheep are. Now the female sheep are expecting lambs within a month probably. And so they are in a separate pasture away from the male sheep, and now April and the baby are there too. So that's good. We already had hay and water and everything, so it actually worked out really nicely. Gave her some more molasses water. I think she's drank like over 10 gallons so far of that. Now we just have to figure out what to do because we are leaving in a couple of days and we didn't plan on having a newborn. So once baby's a little bit older, you can leave mom and baby together, and baby will completely milk mom out, and you don't have to worry about milking your cow while you're gone for a couple of days. But he is too young to milk her out, so we are going to need to ask a friend to come over and help us out because we have a farm sitter, but she doesn't milk cows, which we thought was not a big deal. You know, we were going to be not needing somebody to milk a cow, but anyway, we'll figure it out. We do have a friend who is actually our mentor, we call her, who got us started years ago. She helped us get our very first cow, and she told us, if you ever need me to come over and milk for you, I can. So, you know, it's inconvenient for her, but she's really sweet, so since she offered, I think we might take her up on that because we are in need. So Jason is, and the teenagers are going to be heading to the movie theater. They're going to see The Forge, and actually the teens are going to be picking him up from, or meeting him there, I guess. My dad's going too. So they're all going to meet together at the movie theater for an afternoon viewing of The Forge. So that's very exciting. Going to the movie theater is not something that Jason and I do on the regular. Definitely not our kids either. It's just, I don't know, we just don't. But this is a special occasion and they're really excited to see that movie. So I am going to feed them because they've got to get on the road here pretty soon. Green bean canning is going to have to wait.